What's up, YouTube? It's Scotty Flow here from Power Stars World. Today we're doing a pitch analysis here of Cade and compare him up to Sonny Gray. Alright, Cade, so it seems like you're a big, strong guy. You have like a good foundation, but there's just like one or two things that you could work on that'll really help your delivery. Alright, so let's get started. So we're going to take Sonny to lift leg right here. So, Kate, really the big problem is your back hip. So just focus on Sonny's back hip. So he's going to lift his leg. You see he starts going forward. Starts going a little forward, right? Not that much, but, right here. This is when he starts going down. Now we're going to take you into lift leg. So you really don't move that much. So in the beginning, if you watch your back leg here, put a circle, it really doesn't move. It's more or less up and down. Maybe you move a little bit, but not really. Sonny Gray, he really attacks forward more. See, he's here. He's really attacking forward, while you go more up and down, up and down. Alright, so now we're going to take you into load. So even right here, when you start pushing your leg down, start going out, that if we watch your force vector, your ankle to knee, let's zoom in on that, that it doesn't really move that much. See here, it starts moving right there. It doesn't really move that much at all. Now it starts moving here. Now at this point it starts to move. Alright, so your back hip moves a little, but then it like stalls out right here. And then you just load your backside. Your backside, your force vector, which is your ankle to knee, doesn't really move at all. You could get it'd be better if we look at Sonny, where he's here and now he really keeps attacking. So he doesn't waste any time at all. See, he's lifting his leg, and the second from first movement, he starts moving, just moves a little faster, faster, faster. He keeps moving. He's moving his back leg and his back foot, his back hip. Alright? So this is right before he explodes, but really just the key is, this is your biggest problem, we're really going to emphasize this, is that when he lifts his leg, after he lifts his leg, he just keeps going forward. You watch it one more time, he lifts his leg, he just keeps attacking forward with his back hip, while you just stay back the whole time. It's a lot less aggressive until like right here. So from this point to this point, you really don't move. You move straight down, and you go out, while Sonny, he moves on a diagonal. Like you watch his back leg, it's loading down, and it's going forward. So he's going diagonal, he's attacking, and he's loading, while you're going up, down, and out. Alright, so let's take you into load right before you explode, which is right here and right here with Sonny. So because of that, I know this isn't really the best angle with Sonny because it's like a side. You got a very good angle. Then he moves. He's the distance from the mound he covers from here to here. It's hard to tell, but it's very, very far. That's because he started moving his hip. His back hip goes out really, really far. While with you, because you don't really attack that much, that we're going to draw a picture of the mound, draw a line on the mound, that you're not really going that far. You're here, you didn't really travel that far, and as a result of that, we're also going to focus on your front leg, where your front leg just goes out. Just focus on your front leg quick, where your front leg, you're going slow, you're like preventing, trying to stay back the whole time, and your front leg shoots out. See right there? While Sonny, he's more back leg dominant. His back leg controls his front leg. You see he's much more controlled. It seems like he has all his weight on his back leg. While you're trying to just keep all the weight on your back leg, and then your front leg just shoots out because you don't go forward. So prevent this by just attacking from forward more with your hips. Alright, so now you're here. You see like your front leg is really leading the delivery. Now we're going to take you into explosion. So, like I said, you're a strong guy that, yeah, you're going really forward, but you're controlling your backside really well. You're keeping the weight on your back leg, which is, I mean, it takes a lot of strength to do that. So good job there. But then when you explode out, you explode out a little, like with your back leg, seems like you try to push off with the back leg, you have a good idea, but when you land, but it's really just all front leg. That you land, you could see your hips they're not open at all. Oh, Sonny, because all his weight's on his back leg, he really explodes out better than you, and then when he lands, his hips are almost completely open, and he flips, and now they're completely open. It's one frame late. He's also throwing a bullpen, so he's maybe not going 100%. So he's here, one frame later, with you, here, later. You see that when your hips rotate too, this is the big deal, is when your hips rotate, your arm goes as well. You see your hips and arm go at the same time. There's no separation there. Well, that's what hip to shoulder separation is. It's literally your hips are separate from your shoulders. While Sonny, his hips open up, then everything stops, his front side locks up, then he throws the ball. So he goes like up the posterior chain, up the kinetic chain where foot, knee, hip extends out, right? Now this is all gone. Now from here, he's just transferring that energy, having a stiff front side, and then exploding out, using that power to explode through. With you, like I said, you load well, but then you're just reaching out. You try to push a little here, which is good. It's impressive that you could actually, with your foot so far, that you could stay at any power. But then, because you're leading with your front side, you just push the ball out. See right here, you're here, your hips are going with your upper body. That's also why when you land, you see your chest is ahead of your hips, because your hips aren't really extending. We'll zoom out on that. See your chest is ahead of your hips, while with Sonny, I mean, it's more or less even, but you could see that his hips are really like extended. He really extends his hips. Alright, so not the best example, but a lot of other pitchers do that, especially Kershaw. If you watch Kershaw, you really see his hips really extending. Like Sonny does that, but his front side leads as well. Alright, so now we're going to take you to explosion. So you have good chest thrust. You lock out well. You see you land. You stabilize. You have very good front side. That's probably where you get all your power. But then you like push the ball out. See, that's why you're like going out. You can see when you finish, you're like really pushing. It's hard to describe. You can just see it though. That you have no power, so then you're just really extending. You're pushing out as hard as you can, right? Oh, with Sonny, he's more exploding. He's exploding with his legs through it. So you could see that the power is coming from his legs, is transferring, and then chest thrust. See, this is when his arm flips. Chest thrust, external rotation. Right, it's like 2 frames, then he's throwing the ball. It's really quick because he's exploding really hard, and then he's extending out. Well, with you're here, you land, and then you just chest thrust, you just push it out. So there's no power. Also, look at your arm quick. That you loop your arm out. You probably, I don't know if you're taught show the ball to second base, but that's not right. You want to show the ball to third base. You want to flip their arm. See how Sonny does it. So he's here. He's loaded back, and right at front foot strike, when his front foot lands, he flips it. So here, hips open, his arm flips, and he throws the ball. With you loop it, so then you get no scapula adduction, which is like pinching your scaps, and then you just wing the ball. You see, it's really rotational. It's like you push the ball, you're here, and then you just like wing it, while Sonny, his arm is a lot closer, so he just flips it and then chest thrusts out. He's a lot closer, a lot more into his body, while you just swoop it around like you could see there. Alright, so just to sum everything up, you're huge. Just the main thing is I would focus on is just going forward. Like, keep loading your back leg, but you really have to keep moving your hips the entire time. You cannot stop moving your hips. So you're here, you lift your leg, your hips stop, all your weight's on your backside, then you start going forward. Like, it takes up till this point, so your back hip, like, it stops here. Then it resumes because your front leg is so far out, and you try to push it because you do a really good job of keeping weight on your backside. You get a little bit of power, and then you just push the ball out. Alright, well, with Sonny, he goes forward immediately. He also loads his backside well, like just like you do a good job at that. But then he has all the momentum forward because he's moving his hips also, and then he extends out. He gets maximal external rotation, maximal hip to shoulder separation. His hips are completely open, his shoulders are closed. Then his hips, his lower body locks, his upper body stays closed. He throws the ball. While with you stay, and then your front leg is so far out that it's pushing you. So then finally you explode. You try to explode at the last second, then your hips and your shoulders go at the same time. So you have to be more explosive. You just have to be quicker. It seems like, at least from the video, you have a very powerful, it's like slow and powerful, instead of really like speed strength. You want that speed strength. That's what the pitch and delivery is. Think of it that like if you squat 300 pounds, that the pitch and delivery, let's say one person squats 300 pounds, another person squats 200 pounds, right? So in the pitch and delivery, it really matters of how much force you could generate in like half a second. So if the person who squats less could generate, like the person who squats 200 pounds could generate 200 pounds of force in half a second, then he's better off than the person who squats 300 pounds. It can only generate 100 pounds of force in that half a second. So with you, like in other words, like you're strong, but you have to be explosive in a short period of time, a small period of time. All right, that it doesn't matter. You can look it up. The terms like absolute strength, or like for a max squat, you could take 10 seconds and then PR your squat, but it's not going to transfer over to the pitch and delivery. Instead, you got to do more like speed-oriented stuff where you squat as fast as you can, do more dynamic squats, or like whatever lifts. Obviously, explosive lifts, you can do med ball throws, jumps, whatever, you get it, where it's in and out as quick as you can. You build that reactive strength. I have a video on that if you want to watch that. Just, you have to go, doesn't matter about the absolute force you could produce. It matters about how much force you could produce in a limited amount of time. So if you're more interested in that, I can make you a customized strength and conditioning program for only $20. It's customized because I don't want no cookie cutter program where let's just say if I have a program dedicated to strength, it's not gonna really help you because you're already a strong guy. You need more speed stuff, at least from your pitch and delivery, more speed and explosive stuff. So that's why it's customized. So I'm going to really focus on, if you buy the program, I'll really focus on generating more explosive, really getting in and out of your lift. Like you see, you just hold, you're slow, then you use that strength at the end. But if you're more explosive like Sonny, I mean, the sky's the limit. Alright, so hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to buy the program, the link's in the description below. Hope you got a lot out of it. Implement this as soon as possible. Send me another video showing these improvements. You'll improve a lot if you do this. Scotty Flow out.